Hey guys, my name is Dave. Wanted to make this video just to kind of walk you guys along my journey dealing with some issues lately. I believe are related to my adrenals. I've had a lot of anxiety lately, a lot of fatigue, a lot of shaking, trembling. When I say fatigue, I mean absolutely exhausted, out of my mind. Definitely comes with some depression. The anxiety symptoms are relentless. No get up and go. Really, there's so many symptoms involved with this, but I've never had any kind of fatigue like this before. A little background on me. I'm 37. I'm a father of 5. I'm married. I'm a business owner. Usually very athletic. I spend a lot of time in the gym. I've always enjoyed playing sports. Usually have a ton of energy. I've dealt with anxiety on and off since I would say 20 years old. Just kind of came about one day when I was at work and remember feeling like just the walls were closing in. My breathing got really rapid. I started to feel short of breath, almost hyperventilating. I felt like kind of like a mental person trying to get a hold of themselves. Really, it was so scary to me at that time. I was dizzy. My chest was hurting. I felt like I wasn't getting enough air. And oddly enough, the first thing I thought to do was get up out of my chair and literally run out the door of my office and down the street. Ended up going to a local Kaiser hospital. Walked in there and told them I was having a heart attack. And sure enough, they did an EKG and ran some tests. And they said, no, I think you had a panic attack. So since that day, on and off at various times in my life, I've had different stints with anxiety. A lot of it has to do with health anxiety, chronic worry, hypochondria. It's a real thing. I mean, a lot of times you see somebody who worries a lot and, you tell them, you're being a hypochondriac, but it's a real thing. Health anxiety is a real thing. You can be anxious about something to the point where you actually bring those symptoms of the very thing that you're anxious about onto yourself, almost believing that that's what you have. In this situation, most recently, with the absolute exhaustion, with the shaking, one of the major symptoms I'm dealing with is blood sugar that just will not regulate. In the morning, I get up and everything's fine. Fasting, it's in the 80s. We're good to go. The second I eat anything, within 2 hours, my blood sugar's dipping into the 60s. They call that reactive hypoglycemia. That kind of came out of nowhere a couple weeks ago. This whole COVID thing has brought on so much anxiety lately that I've, tried to deal with without the use of medication. I think it's kept my body into a constant state of stress to where my adrenals are tapped. I just got nothing in me anymore. It's been rather difficult. My wife has a tough time at home. She's doing everything, on her own lately. I've had zero energy, zero get up and go. There's been countless times where I've looked my kids in the eye and told them I couldn't do something with them. Daddy can't play with you right now. He just doesn't have the energy, or he doesn't feel good. Shamefully, they've even caught me in tears a couple times just because I was so sad and felt so bad that I couldn't give them my time. It's hard not to tear up about, but anyway, I just did a cortisol test I'm dealing with a functional MD. I did a cortisol test. It was a saliva test about a week ago, and some blood work. The blood work, for the most part, all my metabolic panels, all my lipid panels, everything came back fine. Not showing any signs of infection or any iron deficiency or anything like that. This is just one of those situations where, we're going to have to dig a little deeper. So we're checking on my cortisol now. That saliva test is over 24 hours. It's going to tell me what my levels are for cortisol and a couple other hormones throughout various times of the day, starting with the morning all the way to midnight. Mornings seem most difficult for me, and I should get some good results from that test and know what direction to go from there. But I've watched a couple guys on YouTube. Dennis Simsek, the anxiety guy, he's great. MJ, I think it's Michelle Gordon. She went through some adrenal issues and picked up a lot of good tips from her that are starting to help. And Jaden Christopher, his videos have proved to be spot on with what I'm dealing with. So I'm really hoping that that's what it is. These guys are showing me that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That recovery is possible. It's going to be slow and long suffering in many cases, but I guess I gotta be gentle and patient with myself and kind of nurse myself back to health. So anyway, I'll keep you guys informed on day-to-day or every couple day basis on my efforts, maybe different herbs I'm taking, exercise routines, kind of how the day's gone. It might help me cope with this issue a bit more myself. Really, I can say it's helped so much to know that there's other people out there that have gone through something like this, and that I'm not alone, and that they came out of it, and I should be able to as well. Thank you guys. This YouTube channel is fairly new. I was originally going to use it to document video game reviews and unboxings and things that I'm really interested in as a hobby, but I think for now I'm going to use it to talk about health, mental health, adrenal health, different things like that. I'm sure there's a ton of people going through this right now. The COVID shutdowns, the pandemic, it's brought a lot of stress on everybody, and my heart goes out to you guys if you're dealing with the same thing. Let's talk, let's chat. You can find me on Facebook under David Barrett. I'll probably be creating a page there soon. If YouTube gives you the ability to comment on my videos yet, you're welcome to comment on the videos there, and we can chat. But really, it's been a tough ride. If you guys want to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'd really love it. The interaction, just knowing that people are following along, maybe that I'm helping somebody in some way, shape, or form would be, greatly appreciated. But just a lot of nurture at this time, a lot of vitamins, a lot of rest, a lot of praying. Just got to get back on track. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.